Hope you enjoyed this one. This is Sullivan Lance Game I drew on Shogun no Shojin Attack on Titan Chapter 23. Right now they're back after making their way towards Shinganshina District. In the first couple chapters, it's basically kind of recap. Literally, it's like retelling the story, how everything thing it was, how things were. How in the beginning, people, weren't always free. They were, distressed and as they were, different. How the world was different. How things weren't the same. Like for example, people, they felt vulnerable to the Titans. They felt vulnerable. They had no one to defend them, and they were basically helpless because they were fighting this onslaught, these creatures who dwarfed them in size, right, and could literally kill them without batting an eye. Right. But one of the things that stuck out in the storytelling was how a young boy took a knife, right, and to use it against them, and stabbed them and used them to cut them down. Also telling uh, how how humanity, when they scream for many things. They scream for envy. They scream for rage and stuff like that. And like throughout the lifetime, there were people screaming like basically like Aaron saying, vowing that he would kill, into him screaming, in him vowing revenge. Like everything they did, like certain things that happened, like certain titans that fell, certain enemies that they had to face, and certain obstacles that they had to overcome. And that part's understandable. Yeah. Anyway, you get to the main story eventually. Like they're all mounting their way to and getting ready for the next their next operation to take back Walmaria, their next mission. This mission is literally do or die, because if they don't succeed in taking back Walmart, then humanity will never recover. They won't have to defeat these Titan shifters, but Holt, Reina, and the guy who's supposed to be the eighth Titan. And Yami hasn't been seen anywhere. You know, and they won't get a chance to say. I like that Aaron. He was afraid. He felt nervous. Like he's been afraid for most of the series. And there's been a part of him that's been nerve wracking, especially with their training, him preparing. Like they're so close to their goal, but they're also heading directly into enemy territory, which means the mission can go ugly or stop at any time, just like they did in their last recovery operation. But back then the main bad guy during that point was Annie, who was the female Titan, and she had the ability to harden her skin like diamond. But now Annie's been neutralized, right? And we haven't seen her since. Just like the dirty chapters, and right now we're in like early 70, like since mid 30s, early 70 right now. But now things are heating up for them. They're heading into Titan. They've encountered some Titans along the way. Apparently, Haji had a theory about the new Titans that attack them at night. Apparently, they need light to become mobile. Like for example, the light of the sun gives them energy to help them move. This is why most Titans don't attack at night. Right? And the reason why the Titans were moving in the last time, because with the Gorilla Titan, is because of the moonlight. Since moonlight is basically the sun's light, I bounced off its surface. So they did the whole thing during new moon, where there's no moon in the sky, therefore no light. So this way they got a safe passage. I like that as they were looking at Titan, it was like staring blindly at the space. I bet you if any of them made a loud enough noise, they would have woken it up, screw light or not. But you know how the story is. You know how that ran. I like that Aaron is nervous. He's terrified. There's a part of him that's terrified and very, very scared. But it's Armin that calms him down. It's Armin that calms him down, because they lived up, because he tells them the story of back when they were kids, and Armin told them of the book. One of them forbidden books that's knowledge of the old world that they couldn't see anymore. That they were forbidden from going outside the walls. Walls, walls. Aaron back then, he saw some hope inside. Hope inside Aaron that he wants to explore outside the walls, and that's when he came up with thought that people were stuck in who were stuck in a bird cage, including himself. Well, he mostly said that about himself, that he was stuck in a bird cage, that he wanted to explore the world. But no, but then again, he was still a kid. He wanted to explore the world, but then again, he didn't know how dangerous it was. I mean, back then he didn't see a titan. He didn't see a titan for the first time. It wasn't until years later, till he was 12 or something. Until years later, basically, months later, yeah, and that all that bad stuff happened. Amen. But we all understand. But he had hopes and dreams, and that was because of that was because of Armin. Armin basically calmed him down. He basically was the one who calmed him down. He was basically his closest friend other than Mikasa, so it made sense. And and I like that it was Armin that helped calm him, helped him go through with that. I mean, Armin was a bit scared. Even though Armin helped him, he was a bit scared himself. He was holding the light. His hands were shaking. In fact, the only person I think who probably composed were Levi and Mikasa, because you know how Levi, he's always badass. He's been on a ton of missions. And Mikasa, well, Mikasa's not afraid of death, and it's Mikasa. So yeah, but you guys understand and what I'm talking about. You understand what it is. Like right now, they're heading into territory. They're going through things. They're right now. They're in the heart. They're right now going through Shigashina district. They're in their home, their town, which they have had no choice but to abandon. Town, but town, and there's a lot of people with them now. They brought at least 100 soldiers, 100 men who are willing to die for this mission. 100. That's how many troops they have. But the question is, will it be enough? Will it be enough to help them? Because their mission is this. The mission is to seal the hole in Walmaria and to help regain that. Defeat the enemy. Not only that, understand the truth. What was in the basement of Aaron's house? What was his father, Grisha Yeager, was working on? My theory is he was, considering the other Titan shifters, he was in on it. Either he was probably experimenting in secret with other Titan shifters, or he knew all along about the Titan abilities and wanted to see and was experimenting on people who were direct descendants of the bloodline and to experiment on. Basically trying to turn children into weapons and against the Titans, but it basically backfired. But that's my theory. So if you guys want to think about it, comment in the video below. Give me your opinion. That's your opinion. So this is mine. So give me your opinion later. Yeah, yeah. Things are now they're entering in Shigasha. It's sunrise now. And they're getting ready to commence the operation. Eren is dead set. His mind is cleared. He's going straight forward. Even though there's a part of him that's nostalgic, he's returned to his home, the place where he lived before the nightmare happened. But you gotta understand Eren's feelings. He was taken away from his home during such a dark time, seeing his mother's death before his eyes. There's a part of him that does feel nostalgic about the old days, but he can't afford to become nostalgic. Not when it is close to achieving their mission and when they're achieving their goals. But the thing is, they're not doing this alone. As they are preparing to do this, using Eren's ability to harden his new powers, the enemy lies in wait. But Toad and Rhina, they're watching them, and it looks like something's gonna happen. Something bad is going to happen, and I'm guessing Eren's gonna get caught up in the middle of a booby trap. And then there's that guy who's the Gorilla Titan. We have no record on him, and we still don't know who the hell he is and why he's doing this. And all I know, he's strong. He beat the crap out of Rhino in his armored Titan form. And it takes and Titans could and Rhino could take a beating. And he took a beating from Eren, but then again, Eren doesn't have hardening skills. But this guy who's the Gorilla Titan has a lot of power. Even though we didn't get to see the thrashing in the last chapter, it would have been nice to see the fight though. See how Rhino got that crap beaten out of him. And it was good though. And there's still Yemi. We haven't seen Yemi in a long time, which means there's something else going on. There's still a lot that's not been said. There's still a lot that's untold. Especially in the last few chapters, we know that Grisha Jaeger, he was a human that lived outside the walls, which means he's probably the same thing as him. He was someone who was trapped in Titan form for years that lived on the Outlands, but became a human again after decades of sleep, only to live among humans once again. Which means that Grisha and Emmy probably share the same origin. I mean, origin. So basically, could the same be for the others? We still don't know. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. Hey, anyway, this was a good chapter. Even though the beginning was a bit flashbackish and retelling, you gotta admit, now that we're up to the main story, to the main point, it looks like things are getting ready for the final climax. For the climax of the battle to start. I want to see what happens next. Hope you enjoyed this one. Comment, subscribe. Thank you. Give me a like if you like this video. Did you hate it? Comment on the video. What do you think? Did you like it? Did you hate it? What did you think of this chapter? Did you think I talked too long? Which I occasionally do. Oh, give me your opinion. That's all I want to know. Because I'm sharing you mine. Hope you enjoyed. And that's why this is something I was giving you on Attack on Titan chapter 73. This is a mean chapter. I can't wait for what happens next.